Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are his and his and his, three's company too. Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face, three's company too. You'll see that life is a ball again, laughter is calling for you. Down at our rendezvous.
Down at our rendezvous. Three's company too.
Oh, hello. Welcome to System Fail, the show where only the UN can prevent forest fires.
You see the shape of that Canadian flag up there? It's in tatters. That's where this fucking country is right now. I haven't been on TikTok for a while, guys. I've been dealing with personal shit. So, I'm not a big run-of-the-mill political guy, but if anybody thinks these fires in Alberta weren't set on purpose, they got another thing coming. That's the first step in the globalist takeover. It's serious, guys. Serious. Don't forget it. Fucking, it's a joke to them. They don't give a fuck if you lose everything you own. If Alberta falls, this country falls. What they want is absolute chaos. Christianity gone. Fucking turn the men into women. Blah, 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 blah. You heard it before. You're not going to tell us what we can do with our guns. You're not going to tell Alberta what you can do with the resources. You're not going to tell Alberta a lot of shit. The Hinton power plant, I guess, supposedly runs a good part of the province of Alberta, and if the fire gets any closer to that plant, they're shutting her down. So there's going to be no power. We need fighters here, and you got to band together and make community.
I am your host, D. Doss, and faced with the existential threat to carbon-based life forms posed by runaway climate change, the visionaries of industrial capitalism are boldly forging ahead, innovating new ways to profit off the crisis.
You have the power to make a difference from the moment you wake up. Power down your heater or air conditioning. Air dry your laundry instead of tumbling. Eat more leftovers. Leave the car and use your legs. In a rush? Take the bus. Become an expert recycler. And remember, if none of that works, it's all your fault.
As human beings' anxieties have risen over their inability to alter their fundamentally unsustainable lifestyles, and with guilt mounting over widespread inaction that has locked future generations into a non-consensual death pact, consumer demand for electric cars has exploded.
Why pollute and destroy the environment around you, when we can ruin somebody else's land, exploit their labor, or simply let someone else deal with it?
This ill-conceived non-solution to the climate crisis has, in turn, produced a spike in global demand for rare earth metals and minerals like cobalt and lithium, which are essential to the production of rechargeable batteries. The shortage of these materials has led to a rush to mine the oceans, in the name of environmental sustainability. On July 9, the International Seabed Authority is expected to grant an application to Canada-based The Metals Company, or TMC, to mine a 7,240 square kilometer area in the North Pacific Ocean, known as the Clarion-Clipperton Zone. This incredibly remote bioregion is located between 4 and 6 kilometers underwater, and is home to thousands of incredible, unique species, all of which are now threatened with almost certain extinction. And mining is ramping up on dry land as well. In the so-called United States, plans are underway to build the largest open-pit lithium mine in North America, right on top of a sacred indigenous burial ground.
There's no reason why American workers can't lead the world in the production of electric vehicles and batteries.
Construction of the Lithium Nevada Corporation's proposed $2 billion mine is planned to occur on the territories of the Northern Paiute and Western Shoshone tribal nations, near Nevada's border with Oregon. Lithium ore, dug out of a local mountain, would be mixed with clay and 5,800 tons of sulfuric acid per day, then burned, releasing poisonous gas into the surrounding atmosphere, and producing 354 million cubic yards of toxic mining waste. The refinement process would consume 1.7 billion gallons of water per year, contaminating the local water table with antimony and arsenic, and causing it to drop a projected 12 feet. The territory surrounding the proposed mine, known as Peehee Mu'huh, or Thacker Pass, is considered sacred to multiple regional tribes. It was the site of a massacre on September 12, 1865, in which soldiers from the U.S. Army snuck into a Paiute village in the middle of the night and slaughtered dozens of unarmed men, women, and children. The only adult survivor of the attack was a man named Ox Sam. On May 11, a number of Ox Sam's direct descendants formed the Ox Sam Indigenous Women's Camp as part of an effort to block construction of the proposed lithium mine.
Attack Thacker Pass!
On the morning of Wednesday, June 7, Indigenous land defenders faced down excavators that were attempting to dig trenches at the proposed mine site. Later that day, police from the Humboldt County Sheriff's Department raided the Ox Sam camp, destroying teepees, mishandling indigenous ceremonial objects, arresting a land defender, and extinguishing the sacred fire. Members of the camp are still resisting the proposed site and have put out a call for support.
We want our future generations to have that clean water. We're, protecting Mother Earth from being scarred up more. And if we can get more people to come out here and help us because they are getting aggressive, we're welcoming any others that are out there that are willing to stand up for us women out here.
And now, here's UV 400 with a closer look at the weather.
Thanks, DDoS. And that warm, sunny weather we've been seeing so much of recently is set to continue across much of Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific, with temperatures this week expected to be well above the seasonal average. This is yet another sign of an early onset of El Niño conditions, bringing warming waters around the equator, a stubborn high-pressure front along the Pacific Northwest, low pressure in the Eastern Pacific, and of course, a hastening of the Earth's gradual, yet inevitable transformation into an apocalyptic hellscape straight out of the Book of Revelations. And gee whiz, how about those wildfires, folks? Sure are a lot of them. Up in so-called Canada, as of June 11th, there were no less than 427 wildfires, burning across all 10 of the country's provinces and 2 of its 3 Arctic territories. At this pace, the country is certain to shatter its previous record of worst wildfire season in history, set way back in 2014. This year is already approaching the previous total, and the season is just getting started. I'll tell ya, those wildfires are really putting a damper on people's picnic plans, particularly in New York and much of the eastern seaboard, where they've literally blocked out the sun. Some commentators have even started describing our current climate epoch as the Pyrocene, etymologically implying that we've entered a so-called Age of Fire. Yikes. Thankfully, the climate experts at Fox News have taken to the airways to assure people that there's nothing to worry about.
This doesn't kill anybody, this doesn't make anybody cough. This is not a health event. This has got nothing to do with climate. First off, this is wildfire smoke. This is natural. This is not because of climate change. We have this kind of air in India and China all the time. This is like clean air in China. I mean, it's really bad.
And meanwhile in China, a punishing heatwave continues in what some climate experts are calling a once in 200 years event, but which could more accurately be described as a twice in 2 years catastrophe. Whatever you want to call it, it's been hot. A slight respite from this sweltering heat has come in the form of torrential rains, leading to extensive flooding in the cities of the southwest and devastating crops in the country's agricultural heartland of Henan. Rounding things off, a series of massive sandstorms have repeatedly blanketed much of the country's north, including its capital of Beijing. And finally, the long-suffering people of Haiti have been hit with devastating floods and yet another deadly earthquake. Once again reminding viewers out there that the concept of benevolent God is a cruel joke, and that human beings are utterly alone in a universe that is, at best, indifferent to their existence. And that's about it for the weather. Back to you, DDoS.
Thanks, UV 400. Finally, we turn our attention to so-called Peru, where on June 8, indigenous warriors seized 2 oil tankers traveling on the Amazon River. Members of the Indigenous Association for Development and Conservation of Bajo Punawa surrounded the two vessels with their canoes before attacking them with Molotov cocktails, boarding them and taking their crews hostage. The tankers, subcontracted by Canadian oil company PetroTal, were transporting 40,000 barrels of oil at the time they were seized. After several days of negotiations, the Indigenous Association agreed to release the ships and their crews. Conflict between PetroTal, the Peruvian state, and indigenous groups in the region has been ongoing for several years now. In September of 2022, 2,500 barrels of oil spilled into the Amazon rainforest, further enraging local indigenous groups. Locals have fought back, repeatedly shutting down oil production through a series of blockades of the Amazon River and the weeks-long seizure of pipeline infrastructure operated by the state-owned oil company, Peru.
Y advertimos a los financieros que no financien, que no invierten en Perú, porque nosotros como pueblo, Achuar y Wampis, rechazamos rotundamente las extractivistas en nuestro territorio.
We have now reached the end of this episode of System Fail. For more information on the Ox Sam Indigenous Women's Camp and to see how you can support resistance to the proposed lithium mine at Peehee Mu'huh, go to oxsam.org. You can support subMedia by buying some gear, making a one-time donation, or signing up to be a monthly sustainer on our website, sub.media. A huge thank you to our most recent sustainer, Briar. Be sure and follow us on collectiva.social or collectiva.media for new episodes. You can also find us on whatever corporate data mining platforms haven't banned us yet. Just search for subMedia. Better yet, sign up to our mailing list to get each new episode delivered directly to your inbox. Godspeed, humans.